Hey guys, Scott AG here with OPM Wealth, and today I have a really quick video for you. I apologize for not putting out much content lately. I have been a little under the weather, and you can hear my voice is still almost gone. But today I want to talk to you about one important thing, and that is your credit score. How can you improve it, and why today's ratings, in my opinion, are kind of unfair. So this was my credit. Like I took a snapshot of this. You can see it on the screen here because I knew that I was about to work on it and really improve it. So you can see my snapshot here. It's me back in October of 18. And look at what my scores were. Like, this is totally embarrassing to look at this. But you can see 470, 497, and 492. So how did it get like this? Well, I am an entrepreneur. That means that I have multiple businesses that I run. I'm oftentimes needing cash flow. I'm oftentimes needing credit to come in. And when you own a business, you usually have to personally guarantor it. So in new businesses, when you personally guarantor it, if something goes wrong and you have a couple of missed payments or things go wrong here and there, this is what your credit can look like. This was mine. Some of this was because I was using my credit cards and they were, up a little bit. Some was from missed payments where I got behind, and life happens, right? Just life happens. Most of you don't have to have me explain that to you. You're watching this video because life happened, and you've seen firsthand how this kind of credit can happen. But let me log into my credit check total now. Bring it over to the screen. Excuse me. I'm logging in. It's updating my scores real fast. Let's see where I'm at today. All right. So what are my scores? So where am I at today? 766. I'm recording this. You can see March 4th. We can go back. It's March 4th, 2019. We can go back and look at October of 18 to March of 19. That is a huge increase, right? I went from the under 500 score to a 760. 760 means I can go ask for anything that I want. I can ask for a mortgage. I can ask for a car. I can ask for a personal loan. Whatever I need to make sure that my family can stay on track and my businesses can stay on track and we can get done what we need to get done, I can do that with a 760. You know it. I know it. So how did I do that? And how can you do it? And more importantly, why was it unfair that my credit score was the way it was? All right, so I'm going to open up a paint here. Here you go, 766, my credit score. I love it, right? No longer am I embarrassed about having a 490, not being able to do anything, going to my bank, and I wanted to walk in with like my hat over my head like, oh my gosh. Yep, it's me. I'm here. Please, right? I don't have to say please anymore. I go out and I choose the best loan for me. So let me get the right. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's talk about credit and why it's unfair. I'm going to draw on my screen a little bit so you can see me off base here, but credit scores. What makes a good credit score? Well, they look at a couple of things, right? They look at your history. They look at utilization. And they also look at other factors like how long you've had the account, which will kind of fall in history. They look at what kind of account you've established, and then they look at recent. All right, but a couple of things that can really hinder you. And public records, bankruptcies, and inquiries. Now, I've never actually had to file bankruptcy, so I didn't have that problem, but a lot of people do. I did, however, have some public records on mine from previous businesses, and I had a lot of inquiries on my credit. So inquiries are when you go out and you look for someone to give you a loan, and they put an inquiry on your credit. Now, just them looking at your credit drops your score like 7 points. Why in the world does having someone look at your credit drop it 7 points? I don't know. And then also, why can it stay on there for so long? I don't know why it's designed that way, but they can literally leave an inquiry on your credit for years, right? And you can see for years later, oh, well, back in 2012, this guy went looking for a car here and he was trying to get a personal loan here. So we got to know, what went wrong then. Why? Why is it still on your credit? Why is it still hurting your score? I don't know, but I consider that completely unfair at all costs. So public records, sometimes they're there for good reason. This could be something like it could be tax liens, it could be child support, it could be your bankruptcies. You never know why someone got in the situation they did, but they stay on there. Some forever, some for 7 years. Why? You know what? Once a person gets beyond that point in their life, why is it still on their credit? I don't know why they designed it that way, but they did. So, how can you solve this problem? I'm going to tell you in just a moment how we can solve that for you. So, and how you can go from the score that you have to the 760s like I am. So, as you have your history here, they're looking at payment history, right? They're looking at, are you ever behind? How long do you keep your loans open? Are you keeping them open for 2 months and then closing them? Banks like to see long payment history over time because they want to make their percentages, right? They want to make whatever interest rate they charge you, they want to make that. So if you are keeping your credit open for 2 months and you think, I'm going to go ahead and pay it off because I can, that's actually going to hurt your score. Once again, completely unfair to me as to why if I take out a $45,000 loan and then in 3 days I'm like, oh wow, or 3 weeks or 3 months, I'm like, I've already, used that and made the money I wanted to make off of it. Let me go ahead and pay that loan back. And so you pay it back in 3 months really quick. It actually brings your score down. I don't understand why it's designed that way, but it does. You would think that would help you grow credit. Well, it doesn't. Utilization. So let's say that you have $40,000 in credit cards available. Okay? Now, credit cards in today's world offer you rewards. They give you points. They give you airline miles. They give you, cars. They give you all kinds of things as rewards to use the credit cards. So you do, obviously. I do because I want my points. I want my rewards. Also, I don't believe that you should always use all of your cash out of your pocket. You should be able to use your credit that you've built up. However, if 1 month, let's say that you use 20,000 of this, okay, of your 40,000, let's say that you charged up 20,000 and you didn't want to spend all your money paying it off that month, so you paid off 5,000 of it. Well, once again, even though you made a great payment and you're just using the credit they allowed you to use, your score is going to go down big time. If you used half your utilization like this, your score may drop anywhere from 60 to 80 points. So once again, you're still making payments on time. You've still got things going in the right direction. You're still using the credit that people are allowing you to use. But because you're using it, because you're doing what they said here, use our credit lines, your score goes down. Doesn't make any sense, right? Now let's say that over 10 years, you've had 0 missed payments. But 1 month, something goes wrong. 1 month. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe somebody got sick. Maybe some unexpected things in the house happened. Who knows? In life, things happen. Creditors don't understand that. They won't give you time. Let's say you miss 1 payment on your mortgage, 1 payment on your credit card, 1 payment on this. You could be looking at a 100-point decrease from 1 payment because it's so recent. And how long can it take you to climb out of that hole? 7 years. That's how long it will literally take you to where it's not showing anymore and you're growing your credit back up. So, I believe all of this, absolutely all of it, is unfair. And I want to show you how we have credit consultants here at OPM Wealth that do exactly what we did for me, right? I had things happen. If you want to know more about my story, I'll be more than happy to share it. But this video is just about moving in the right direction. So I had things happen. Credit score declined fast. And it wasn't exactly fair. It wasn't the result from what my intentions were. It was the result of this nonsense, of the madness that is today's credit. I see great people all the time that come to us that have great intentions, who pay their bills and have 500 credit scores, and they can't go out and get a loan for a car, for a house, for anything because their scores are so bad, but genuinely they're good people. So what do at OPM Wealth? What we do is we take those people, connect them with our coaches, and take them from being scores like I had here in the 400s and bring them to where I am now in the 760s. I'm showing you proof it can happen. This happened for me in about 90 days. It took me about 90 days to go from a 400 score to a 760 plus and climbing. And since then, I've also been able to add lines of credit. I have added a couple of credit cards. I have added personal loans, things that I couldn't previously get because of my credit scores, but now I can because of the credit score, because of what we have done. So, if you'd like to connect with one of our coaches, if you'd like to know more about what we do, there's a video below this. Just click the link. It'll take you over to OPM Wealth. I'm one of the co-founders of the company, and you see what we can do. If you want to change your life, change the way that people view your credit, because I promise you, I understand how embarrassing this is. I've been there. I've walked into car dealerships wanting to buy a car. I've walked into the bank wanting to get a refinance on my mortgage. And you know what they said? Mr. Agee, I'm sorry, but you're not credit worthy. That's what they gauge, your credit worthiness. Now, did they look at my payment history and how my intentions were always good? I never left anybody hanging? No, they don't care about that. All they care about are the things I showed you, and if you have just one too many things missing in your credit file, there's no chance of having a good score. That's okay. Our consultants can show you how to go from any credit score you possibly have to above 700 in 90 days. Click the link below if you want to learn more. See you next time.